Hi guys, welcome to this week's AMA. Thank you all for joining us as always. As you know, there's quite a lot of ongoing release work with regards to EVM. I'm not going to go into the technical details of that because I don't know them. So I'm going to hand you over to Herman now, and he's going to tell us all about the good progress that's been made by the devs in that regard. And yeah, Herman, are you there at the moment?
Yes, thank you, Owen. Do apologize to the community for not being in last week's AMA, but I am here now, and I have excellent news. As announced 2 weeks back, and we've been very transparent with our progress throughout. The EVM parachain is now live on mainnet. We haven't yet made the announcement because we wanted to see how it goes. Collating, it took a few hours, maybe about 10 hours to collate. But so far, so good. So I'm pretty confident in announcing that as of yesterday, I can't give you the exact hour off the top of my head, the Cherry relay chain mainnet is running a parachain or is routing parachain that makes the Cherry network broadly, fully EVM compatible. What this means has been explained many times. I'll reiterate once more. It means that while before we had an incomplete interoperability channel that would allow dApps posted on Ethereum and the other most used networks, such as BNB chain, Polygon, Phantom, etc. Well, they were able to communicate with Cherry, for example, transfer token information between a few of these chains and the Cherry network, and a few other features. This channel by which they communicate was imperfect. It was to some degrees trusted, which are okay as in architectural choices to allow the features of Cherry that we've been developing for the past few years to be accessible by these applications. And these are applications hosted on, again, the most renowned and the most used general purpose systems. But we saw as a compromise in trust, and also as a compromise in the features that we could comfortably allow applications outside of the Cherry network to access. This compromise is no longer, since EVM compatibility makes applications on these Ethereum systems fully replicable with no additional, no change required, no layer of trust or mediation between their app, their functionality, and whatever feature they may want to access on the Cherry network. We achieve this by a variety of reasons, a variety of ways, and for many reasons, which I won't explain now due to their quite elaborate and technical nature, but we will try our best to elaborate in our documentation. And so with this milestone, we can also inaugurate a new phase in Cherry. From now on, the focus of Cherry will be storage, which has always been our number one priority, as in it does differentiate Cherry from any other of these of similar platforms as far as what it aims to deliver. And ecosystem expansion. The plan for that is unfolding. I won't discuss it now, but all other steps required to make Cherry Network a success in my eyes, as far as developer ease of use, feature set. We've achieved all those. Now we'll continue to iterate on these achievements, improve them, respond to bug reports, and so on. But beside developing and improving our storage capability, which is the most important objective and an iterative one, certainly not one that will say, oh, we achieved this, that's it. We've achieved, and that's it. All other objectives, all other goals we set ourselves, such as interoperability and later EVM compatibility. Layer 0, which means adopting a very powerful architecture for scaling both in networking throughput, but also state capability and state diversity. And so I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it as a suspense to decide what this ecosystem expansion means and what actions we can pursue to take advantage of this newfound state of almost equilibrium, where nothing else is required of us to make Cherry Network a complete and viable ecosystem for a wide variety of applications, technically. And the missing link, the only gap, as far as you see it, beside improving the platform and improving the primary product of Cherry, which is storage, is only marketing, business development, communicating these achievements to other developers, to other communities, and to the world. With that, thank you, and I'll chat with you again next week.
That's fantastic, Herman. Thank you very much. Very good news. I think that's quite a encouraging way to describe the extensive development that's been done. Sometimes these things to non-technical users, i.e., those who are not developers, it might not seem very clear exactly how these significant milestones really impact the market readiness of the Cherry network. But I think that Herman gave a very good account of it there. I think that certainly it's something that I would encourage people to contemplate and to get an idea of where the Cherry project is going to go soon. But certainly it's worth reiterating that the steps that have been taken by the founders and developers in terms of making the Cherry network as ready and available and easy to use as possible for developers is very significant, and it's something that, as Herman mentioned, will now allow us to set our sights on other development targets such as storage, which of course is one of the primary pillars of the project, but also business and marketing development, and as Herman put it, reaching out to other communities and the world as a whole. So that's very encouraging. We will, Herman said, release announcements with regards to this over the next couple of days. This will kind of dovetail well with some of the things that I've talked about recently, and that we want to re-energize the community to be able to help spread the vision of what Cherry is doing. So we'll discuss that in the near future. For example, the hype squad and stuff like that drew a lot of attention to the project last, and now is of course the perfect time to double down on that and generate more momentum within the community, which of course will be aided and led by marketing initiatives that I've mentioned last in our Cherry office hour. So we'll continue to push forward with that. For the next couple of days, we have of course the announcement itself to come out. Please help push out the good news of that announcement on social media if you can. And then thereafter, it's the job of the team to start looking at, aside from the developers who will now at the next horizon of development, which is storage. It's our job now to kind of look at pushing forward with some of the business and marketing aspects of the project, which you'll start to see the fruits of in fairly short order. As you can hear, I'm quite sick today. I have a really bad stomach bug or something, so I'm barely staying conscious at the moment. So I don't have any AMA notes for you today, but I'm going to probably maybe do have a chat with you guys on Friday, and we can go through some of the things that are planned. I'll continue on what I discussed with you guys there a couple of weeks ago. In the meantime, as well, apologies for this. I've been somewhat sick the past couple of days, so I have to get back to certain people about some inquiries they made. There's merchandise issues, and also there's quiz winners who are waiting for some of their prizes from a little while back. So I'll be able to get to that in the near future as well. It's just been a bit busy over the past few days, so please bear with us. However, in the meantime, for the quiz masters out there, we have our next quiz coming up today. I'm going to hand you over to John. He's going to administer the quiz. There's some good questions there. Very best of luck with it. But yeah, thank you for joining us. It's one of the more important, I suppose, AMA sessions that we've had. It marks the launch of another dimension to the Cherry project development effort, which is, of course, at the very core of what Cherry is trying to do. As we've said before, we're really trying to make something and build something that is very useful to people, and not just something that is driven by hype, but something that's driven by real value. And I think that we can say that the developers have delivered a significant amount of value in recent weeks when working on the EVM compatibility of the Cherry chain and environment. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Glad to be able to mark and celebrate this occasion with you. And I'm going to leave you with John. He's going to run the quiz now in 2 seconds. As I mentioned, for some of the people that I'm going to follow up with, bear with me, and I'll message you now in the next 24 hours or so. Okay, thanks very much, guys. See you later.